Travis Wingoodell. Since 2017, well, I've been doing it throughout my life. Whenever I come across a discovery that I make, it's Happy Dance Day. So when I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew, it was Happy Dance Day. And when I'd find things out in the vocabulary, Happy Dance Day, etc. And so when I learned of the latter days, Happy Dance Day. Even though it comes at a cost. A deadly cost. And so figuring out that Joseph Smith was encoding dates in his scriptures was another one of those happy dances. And today is a day which will live famously, not infamously. Although it's about a day that will live in infamy for at least a millennium. And that is further confirmation established now as fact that 9/11/2023 is the day that shall burn as an oven. And so, as I showered and shaved finally, or at least shower or bathed, I don't have a shower curtain, so no showering. It's nicer to bathe anyway. I thought I should check on the 1833 and 1835 Book of Commandments, Doctrine and Covenants, respectively, to see what else I can find. Yep, when I discover a bombshell, it has shrapnel all over the place. And yeah, it's a mixed emotions. Happiness for the discovery, but it's a discovery of extreme national security threat danger. And so, let's go over with you. We'll make this as short as possible. We'll sum up. So yeah, it's kind of required to have been paying attention to me for years. If you're brand new, sorry, you're going to be confused. But 19 days left, guys. The burden's on you. And I don't have time to redo the over 3,000 now on this channel. I believe it was Monday when I saw, after posting the countdown for the day that morning, that it was showing over 3,000 on my homepage. So 1833 for section 64, which just happens to be 23, chapter 23, or verse 23. And we know it's on September 11th only because the church wanted to put in the full date as given in the history. Because the 33 and the 35s, they didn't put the day. It just says, for 33, for example, a revelation to the elders of the church given in Kirtland, Ohio, September 1831. if this is what we still had, if we didn't have the history of the church and the Joseph Smith papers to confirm, I would have not caught it. And so, September 11th, 23. Just incredible. I say the path that I took to get the first several confirmations was through the Joseph Smith history and Signs in the Heavens and Book of Mormon. I just did the one for the Book of Mormon for 2023 yesterday. And so it's chapter 65 in the 1833 Book of Commandments, not 64. And yeah, you could split it in half, and it's 32.5, which could be rounded up to 33, but then why not make it chapter 66? They weren't really putting them in order, per se. 1835, it was less in order. And there was others that they could have put in that they didn't. But verses 30 to 33 instead of 23 to, what was it, 25? It would be back, section 84. Oops, spoiler alert. Let's see, 64. 23 to 25, yeah. And back to 84. Spoiler alert. And so in the 1835, it's section 21, which, yeah, that was the evening of the 21st when Joseph Smith had his second vision in 1838, which means he already knew about all this stuff because he was already given this stuff. So 1838, these visionary accounts are a condensing of the information for us. And so it was good to make my initial discovery of dating from there. And so, very interessante. And so again, yeah, the 11th is left out. He was not letting the Mormons know at that time. They would have had to have gone to the history to know of the exact day. And so for Joseph Smith to leave it out, but it's in the history, that's kind of clever, because the Mormons back then didn't need to know, especially since his church was infiltrated by the enemy, and he's got to somehow keep them from knowing as best as possible for as long as possible, even though that's why they joined the church, to infiltrate it. It's because they knew. But still, in 1831, no, they hadn't figured it out yet. Brigham and Heber didn't join until 1832. That's when they figured it out. And so it's in verse 5 in section 21 where the wicked will be burned. And so it's a little less concealed in that one. But 5 is the inverted pentagram number. 33 is the Scottish Rites Illuminati with the inverted pentagram. So I see what he's doing there. He's exposing who the wicked are. And I probably would need to redo another video for the real church history. Had a comment by a follower who was asking those kinds of questions about early church history, and I had given him a summation of which I then did a snapshot so that I can do a video for you to try to cram as much so that you don't have to cram as much with 19 days left. And so knowing this, knowing that I've already done how Joseph Smith knew the date of the latter days, the beginning and the end dates. And as I'm going over the 1835 edition, I come across section 84, which is section 4 in the 1835 edition, which is how I came across it. And wouldn't you know it, 22nd, 23rd September, 1832. Just incredible. He has 22, which it corresponds with the second vision. 22nd of September, 2 sets, 4 times. And then 1832, which 1823, bicentennial year of the day that shall burn as an oven. Just a brilliant mind here. You know, I know ex-Mormons, they've been lied to by the church, and so they therefore think that it is Joseph, rather than targeting the one who lied to you. This church, not Joseph's church. This church lied to you. Joseph never lied to anybody. No, he didn't lie to anybody. He never said that he used a rock and a hat. Martin Harris did. And you believed him. And he knew nothing of what was going on. You were not looking at the big picture. You assumed that Lucy Mack was a Presbyterian. She was a Congregationalist. She's not going to join the Presbyterians after the Presbyterian tells her that her son, Alvin, is going to burn in hell for all eternity. Are you kidding me? Who would want to join the Presbyterians after that? And so, what then is section 84 about? Having to do with the 23rd of September. And I'll give you a hint, 2017. From Revelation chapter 12. The big day that starts the latter days. And who? The man like Moses, whom Joseph Smith said will be a Mormon. And so what has section 84? The lineage of Moses. And the part where Moses is identified with the 18th dynasty, David, Moses's, of the Egyptians, where the priesthood of Amen. This is just awesome. Yep. So 31 also continues that the sons of Moses and the sons of Aaron will offer up a sacrifice in the Zion house of the Lord. We're having lamb for dinner. The wedding supper feast of the Lamb. And so these are the main dates that I've revealed to you, that I have seen, that I have prophesied about. Getting the hint? 23rd September 2017, the start of the latter days. 9/11/2023, the day that shall burn as an oven, which the church is promoting as the day that he comes in the mushroom clouds of glory. And then 8 April 2024, the start of the millennium, the final day of the latter days. The wedding supper feast of the Lamb. Therefore he took Moses out of their midst, and the holy priesthood also. This is also prophecy, Mormons. If you refuse still to hearken to your Christ, and if you can't caught on, it's not Jesus, it's learning of the Jews. But they hardened their hearts and could not endure his presence. Therefore, the Lord, in his wrath, for his anger was kindled against them, swore that they should not enter into his rest while in the wilderness, which rest is the fullness of his glory. Therefore, Moses and the holy priesthood gone. The utter destruction of the Mormons. I'm a little disappointed that I was this close to confirming as fact for 9/11, but 9/11 has been known, and I've been revealing it to you for a while now. But, dear God, how much more does it take? You know, I don't want it to happen. I've got a bunch of stuff I want to do. And I have no idea how I'm going to travel with that. If I survive. If you don't murder me. So, yeah, the daily countdown will have some new stuff tomorrow. That is for certain.